Got the DJI Osmo 360, Mount Rainier.
DJI Osmo 360.
Another Osmo 360, DJI Osmo 720, 16K. Yeah.
5 dimensions.
Math.
Hit a tree.
This is actually a pretty fun camera to use. This, of course, is the DJI Osmo 360, and DJI is sponsoring this video, so of course, we'll be going over all the specs about the Osmo 360, go through the pros and cons, see if this camera is right for you, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be honest, 360 cameras aren't really my jam. Like, I'll use them, it's just that it's not the first camera that I'm gonna pack into my bag when I go on a trip. And so, to me, while this camera is great, it's kind of like any other 360 camera out there, except for one feature. One feature that makes the Osmo 360 stand out above all other 360 cameras, and it's not even the camera itself. It's this. I'll explain in a bit, but first, let's go over the specs of the DJI Osmo 360. So this short and stubby camera shoots native 8K 360 video and features a 1-inch sensor. And while other 360 cameras use just a portion of the sensor, the Osmo 360 uses the entire sensor, giving you really good image quality and really good low light performance. The Osmo 360 also shoots 4K video up to 120 frames per second and can capture 120 megapixel 360 photos. You can film 10-bit video either in the normal color mode or D-Log-M for better dynamic range. And what's really cool is that you can capture your 360 content without a micro SD card because the Osmo 360 has 105 gigabytes of internal storage. Okay, that's like the second best thing about the Osmo 360. Internal storage. That should be a standard for all cameras. Sony. And yes, of course, you do have the option to use a micro SD card if you want. The Osmo 360 has a nice wide touchscreen, which of course is nice to see your entire composition, but also has a really responsive touch interface that helps you navigate the menu and change whatever settings you want. You also have the option to film in single lens mode, kind of turning the Osmo 360 into an action camera. But what's cool about that is that you can film in 5K with a 4:3 aspect ratio, which I guess is kind of like OpenGate. And so with that square aspect ratio, you can easily film horizontal and vertical content at the same time. And you can also film in super night mode, which gives you better image quality when filming in low light conditions. But probably one of my favorite features is that you can use the same magnetic mount from the DJI Action 5 Pro. Like, that is so cool. Look at that. Same exact mount. I mean, there's also a 1/4-20 mount if you want to mount your camera that way, but come on. Magnets.
Now, 360 cameras in general are really cool, especially if you attach it to an extended stick, because it allows you to get some really unique shots that you normally wouldn't be able to get. Like, I'm here on a boat, and I have the Osmo 360 connected to the Mic Mini. So not only are you getting a shot from outside the boat, but you're hearing clear audio, well, somewhat clean audio. And also, I can turn the camera shot around so that you can see a view of this beautiful lake in the mountains. It's pretty cool.
Now, there are different combos that you can get. The standard combo is going to run you $549, which gives you the camera, the case, the battery, the lens cover, and I think that's pretty much it. But the one that I have is the Adventure combo, which gives you this invisible selfie stick with the magnetic mount. You also get 2 extra batteries and the battery case and the pouch and the lens cover. But this is what you want. You want the invisible selfie stick with the magnetic mount. Oh, and what's really cool about this mount is that you can't really change the angle that easy unless you press this button over here. And then when pressed, you can like angle the camera however you want and it'll lock in place. So that's pretty cool.
Now, the Osmo 360 does remove the selfie stick, which is great, although you kind of have to position your hand where it doesn't look like you're holding something. Like maybe if I held it right over here, it looks like I'm just kind of hanging out by the boat. And so yeah, if you're gonna hold the Osmo 360 with a selfie stick, maybe position your hand where it looks somewhat natural.
So that's a quick overview of the Osmo 360, but what does it look like compared to a very similar and very popular 360 camera like the Insta360 X5? Well, here they are, side by side. One has a rectangular shape and the other has also a rectangular shaped. Sorry, I did not think that through. They're both rectangles. It's just that one is short and stubby and the other is long and thin. Oh, there's a joke there. Now, normally in a sponsored video, I wouldn't compare cameras together because, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. But it would be a disservice to you, the consumer, if you don't see a side-by-side comparison where I don't say anything at all. Like, I'll put the specs of both these cameras side by side. In fact, I'll put them right now, and then you can look and compare it and decide for yourself whether you think one camera or the other camera is right for you. I also want to show you side-by-side footage from both these cameras, completely unedited, and I'm not going to even say a thing. Like, I'm not going to sway your opinion one way or the other. I just want you to look at the footage side by side so that you can decide whether you think the Osmo 360 looks better or the Insta360 X5 looks better. I don't care what you think, but I just want you to at least see the comparisons so that you can decide yourself. And so I'm just gonna shut up, you decide. Both these 360 cameras are great. Like, they're gonna film 8K video. Like, they're great. You can't go wrong either way, in my opinion. But one feature that does make the Osmo 360 stand out above all other 360 cameras is the fact that you can pair it with the DJI mic system. That just gives an unfair advantage to DJI because you can use the DJI Mic 2, the Mic Mini, the Mic 3, and use it with any one of their cameras, whether it's the Osmo 360, the Action 5 Pro, or the Pocket 3. Like, that whole ecosystem is such a genius thing that DJI has built because I can just use one mic and 3 other DJI cameras. Like, that's so cool. And the great thing about using one mic with multiple cameras is that you can expect the audio to sound the same every single time. And so it doesn't really matter if the onboard mics from the Action 5 Pro, Pocket 3, or even the Osmo 360 sound bad, as long as they're paired with the DJI Mic 2, the Mic Mini, or the Mic 3, like, I know I'm gonna have clean, reliable audio. And to me, that is important. Also, I don't wanna have to buy like different wireless mics for each of my cameras. Like, that's a lot of stuff I don't want to carry. Like, if I can just use 1 or 2 mics at the most, then I'm gonna stick with it. And so for me, the DJI audio system, what's it called? The Osmo Audio Direct Microphone Connection. Oh, that is way too long. That whole system I love and just makes it easy for me, a solo content creator, just do my thing, capture content with minimum gear. I mean, I have a lot of gear. I don't want to have to pack like 5 different wireless mics. You know, that's kind of annoying.
Now, this camera is really good for travelers, people that make travel content, or for anyone that wants to create unique and creative shots that you normally wouldn't get with the traditional cameras.
Okay, so pros and cons. Really 3 things for the pros. 1, the ability to connect with the DJI mic system, like I said before, the internal storage. Like, again, I don't film 360 footage all that often, maybe a few minutes here and there. And so for me, 105 gigabytes is plenty fine. So love that there's internal storage. And also the magnetic system. Like, the fact that I can use the same magnetic mount from the DJI Action 5 Pro is so cool. And so, yeah, magnets are awesome. I would say the 8K video and the 1-inch sensor, but I don't know. I feel like 360 cameras in general look the same to me. And so, yeah, as long as you have good lighting, your footage should look good. I mean, the Osmo 360 looks slightly better in low light, but honestly, it kind of looks the same to me. But it's the features that make my workflow easier and more efficient that matter to me the most. And for me, it's the internal storage, the magnetic mounting system, and of course, the ability to use DJI mics. Some cons, it definitely uses the battery quite a lot. I mean, I'm glad I have the adventure combo because I have like 3 batteries in total. And so yeah, if you plan on filming adventure content for long periods of time, at least get the adventure combo. Like, this camera will eat up your battery. And then the one thing that's probably the biggest downside to this camera is the fact that you can't change your lenses if you drop it. Like, Insta360, like the X5, you can swap out your lenses in case it gets damaged. With the Osmo 360, you gotta send the whole thing in, which sucks. And so, I don't know, maybe with the second version we can get that. But for now, you're kind of stuck with just irreplaceable lenses. But that is the DJI Osmo 360. Let me know what you think of this camera. Would you get it? Would you not? Either way, let me know. And if you want to see more fun camera reviews, tutorials, behind the scene vlogs, then check out one of these videos over here.